So my name is Danielle Smith. I am the owner of Detroit Made, which is a residential and commercial cleaning service that was just born out of frustration. And you know, Google us. But I am here to talk about a failure. I was reminded today, just coincidentally, thanks to Facebook, I love Facebook, that today is an anniversary. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about this anniversary. So on June 4th, 2011, I got all fancy and cute, got my hair done, my nails done, had my gorgeous dress on, and went to this fabulous event. Shout out to Bravo, Bravo. And I was like, I am doing it. This is amazing. So, of course, you know, you go to this event, you get all fabulous and dialed up, and I took pictures. So, of course, what did I do when I got home? And through the night. Of course, after I took the pictures, where did I put them? Facebook. So again, this is June 4th, 2011. One of the first comments that I noticed was, "Girl, you look fabulous. You must be loving your life." I wasn't able to respond to that message. I noticed it on June 5th, 2011. But I was en route to the hospital. I was en route to the hospital for a disorder that was in my mind made up. It was fake. Because people like me, people who are strong, people who are, you know, strong black women, we don't have things like, you know, those disorders that complicate those brain disorders, those things words that we don't say. We don't have those things. But needless to say, so I'm en route to the hospital. I hear the doctors say things like neurotransmitters misfiring and, you know, manageable disorder and things that don't make sense to me. And the reason they don't make sense to me is because I'm fine. Like, didn't y'all look at Facebook? Y'all don't know my life. I'm fabulous, okay? And I don't struggle. I don't go through things like that. I'm just having a moment. And this disorder that you call bipolar is not mine. So I spent a few days in the hospital. I came out of the hospital, and I decided that, again, the doctors were wrong. And I was gonna go about my life. Had a little, you know, I had a moment. Stuff was kind of stressful. I'm fine. Despite the fact that the doctors explained the fact that this is something that it's a disorder, it's a brain disorder. Despite the fact that just like a person who has lupus or a person who has diabetes gets care or treatment or manages their disorder, I wasn't trying to hear that. Because for me, I'm strong. And this indicates that I'm weak. So I chose not to listen to the doctor. And I went about my life. And I was like, see, I'm totally fine. I am okay. At that time, my major was public relations. I was working with an organization that, okay, shout out to PR majors. I didn't expect a clap for that. Hey, PR. So my major was public relations, and I worked at an organization, and I did communications, and you know, I was in front of people all the time, and it was great. I was fine. I was Facebook fine. I was Twitter fine. I was traveling, and I was miserable. And I was miserable because I chose not to acknowledge a very real and human condition. And the reason I chose to acknowledge it was because I thought that this was an indicator of being weak. So despite the fact that I had family who loved me, friends who loved me, doctors who said, hey, this is manageable. Doctors who said over 80% of people who have bipolar disorder thrive and do well with treatment. Despite that, I was fine. I don't need all that mess. So I continued to go on about my life, went to work, went to fabulous events. I was cute. and I was miserable. So what I was feeling on the outside, despite how Facebook and Twitter fine I was, this was before I got on Instagram. I was late to the game, very late to the game. I think I got about 200 Instagram followers right now. So if you want to follow me and help me out, by the way, it's Detroit Danielle and also Detroit Maid Instagram. Yeah, I'm really lagging in the Instagram area. But anyway, I digress. So I was totally fine in my mind. But every day, life became more and more challenging because I chose not to see that this is a human condition. And just like a person is afflicted with, a broken leg, how many of you know that you can walk off a broken leg? Okay, we have one person who was just as delusional as I was at that time, who thinks that you can walk off a broken leg. But at that time, that's where my head was. I could walk this off. People like me don't need help for stuff like that because this is a made-up disorder. So I continued to go about my life. And the way that I felt outside, for as long as I tried to maintain that Facebook facade, that Twitter facade, it got worse and worse and worse. So it started to affect, it got harder to go to work every day. It got more and more difficult to maintain my social circles. It got more and more difficult just to get out of bed in the morning. Ultimately, I lost my home, I lost my job, and I lost countless hours of sleep because I chose to not see a basic, normal human condition. Thank you.